It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 18th of November. I'm Michael Groff. A lot of clouds out there this morning, and yes, we've had some showers around the valley. The heaviest precipitation thus far has stayed just to the west of us, where earlier this morning, the National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for parts of western Maricopa County. And I think for the majority of the day today, that's where the bulk of the precipitation will stay, just to our west. All of that being said, still scattered to numerous showers and some isolated thunder will be possible here in Phoenix for the rest of the day today and into tonight. But as that area of low pressure to our west begins to move east tomorrow, I think that's when the rainfall should pick up just a little bit more. Now, still showery. It's not going to rain nonstop, but I think that's the window for the heaviest precipitation around here is later tonight and especially tomorrow across the valley. Temperatures will also be headed down at the same time. Still unsettled on Thursday. Yet another system comes in here late Friday and Saturday. What will that do for us? How long is all of this going to last? How much precipitation will we ultimately receive? We'll talk about all of that and everything else as we dive on in and discuss. First, the Almanac from yesterday, 76 degrees, the afternoon high here in Phoenix after a low temperature of 56. 76 and 53 are the averages for this time of year. Officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor yesterday, 0.05 of an inch of precipitation, so we continue to sit well ahead of where we ought to be for this time of the year. As we look outside right now at 11 a.m. here in Phoenix, we've got some sun peeking out. I'd call it mostly cloudy out there, some light showers around. And we are sitting at 64 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 57, relative humidity 77%. Bit of a breeze from the east-southeast at 10 miles per hour, and the barometer is steady. The satellite picture out here across the west, we put this in motion, that area of low pressure that's been sitting to the west of us, still spinning around, pulling up some moisture across the area. And the heaviest precipitation, again, so far for Southern California, Southern Nevada, Western, and especially Northwest Arizona. And for that reason, the National Weather Service in Las Vegas has issued a flood watch for parts of Northwest Arizona and Southern Nevada, as well as sections of Southeast California. So if you're up there toward Kingman, the Hoover Dam, the Las Vegas Valley, be aware of that as you're traveling up there. There is that potential of flood and or flash flooding. And really over western Arizona, there could be some locally heavy downpours. Local flooding is possible elsewhere. The convective outlook for today, that marginal risk of severe storms, level 1 out of 5 for Kentucky, some of the adjacent states. Here in Arizona, we're in the green. Thunder possible. We don't anticipate any severe weather, but some gusty winds and small hail from the strongest storms could still occur. Tropics in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf, nothing to talk about for the next 48 hours, the next 7 days, and probably not for the rest of the hurricane season at large. And same story really for the East Pacific. The precipitation outlook, this is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, 1 inch to 1.5 inches. More than that, though, for parts of northern Maricopa, Yavapai, parts of Mojave, and even northern La Paz counties could see some locally heavy downpours. And that's probably where your best potential of any flooding or flash flooding would occur. Now you say, well, Mike, 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain in Phoenix, that could certainly lead to some flooding, right? Yeah, maybe some local flooding, but given the longer duration that we expect for this precipitation to occur, it's mostly expected to be light to moderate, so we don't anticipate widespread flooding across most of the area. All right, so let's figure out what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail. To do that, we explore the models, see what's going on. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. That's about 18,000 feet up. Ridging across the plain states and to the east of us, there's that upper low to the west, spinning right along the Southern California coast, pulling in some moisture there and into Arizona. So what it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, how about mostly cloudy, numerous showers, a few thunderstorms around. Again, the bulk of the precipitation stays just to the west. The further west you go, the better chances you'll see precipitation. The further west and north you go. The further south and east you go, conversely, the lesser chances of precipitation. So down across southeast Arizona, there'll be hardly any rainfall to be found. A stray shower possible for places like Tucson and Mount Lemmon and over toward Safford. And I guess there could be a shower down there, but for the most part, southeast Arizona will stay relatively dry. All right. And of course, if you're looking for snow up across northern Arizona, you'll have to go up to about 8,500 feet today. Although if there is a thunderstorm below that elevation, I suppose it could briefly produce some snow all the way down to 7,000 feet or so. All right. High temperatures in Phoenix today, upper 60s to maybe low 70s. For tonight, a continued chance of showers and thunderstorms around here. Overnight lows will mainly be in the 50s. Tomorrow, as this area of low pressure begins to meander on through, this is where I think our best opportunity for meaningful rainfall will occur here in Phoenix. Again, this is not a nonstop washout rain event. This is numerous showers, some isolated thunderstorms, and up north, the snow level comes down a little further towards 7,000 feet. High temperatures tomorrow, yeah, it's going to be chilly. Low to mid 60s, will be breezy at times as well. On Thursday, that low begins to move out, but interestingly enough, the GFS continues to paint in some showers across Arizona, some instability aloft, cooler air aloft, and we're kind of between systems, but we could still see some rain around here, I suppose, and at least a 30% chance is what we're painting in right now. High temperatures still only in the mid 60s or so. This is Friday. Here comes our next system moving towards Southern California, northern Baja. And so some rain for SoCal and into parts of southwest Arizona by late in the day on Friday. By Friday night and Saturday, I think that's when the rain will come in here. Now, there could be a shower here in Phoenix on Friday. We can't completely rule that out, but I think the majority of the day will be dry, highs mid and upper 60s. Saturday, we could see some scattered showers around, but keyword is scattered, and any rainfall would be pretty light. So we're not going to get too concerned if you have weather-related plans on Saturday. Plans that could be affected by weather. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily cancel them. I just note that, yes, there could be some raindrops out there at times, but again, the majority of the precipitation should stay light. Now, I will caution you, this could still change. After all, the old saying here is, a closed low is a weatherman's woe. And if this were to take a slightly further northerly trajectory, that could put us in the better path for at least some more concentrated rain around here. But right now, it looks like we could see some showers around, but nothing overly heavy. And again, high temperatures, mid and upper 60s on Saturday. Here's Sunday. Highs should generally be in the 60s to near 70, and will start to dry out. There could still be a few showers around, especially in the morning, but we'll see decreasing clouds. Monday looks dry as those systems are all off to the east. More of a west-northwesterly flow aloft. High temperatures around 70, maybe low 70s. Next Tuesday, the 25th, a week from today, and we're dry with a west-northwesterly flow. Temperatures back in the low to mid-70s, back towards seasonal averages or so. This is Wednesday, the 26th, Thanksgiving Eve, the busiest travel day of the year. High pressures in control around here, so travel headaches, none to be found for us, but if you're heading elsewhere across the country, yeah, we could see some precipitation over parts of the Plain States, maybe even back toward Denver. Some light rain for South Alabama, Georgia, parts of the South Atlantic coast, I suppose, the Middle Atlantic. That starts to get more messy as you head up into the Northeast from parts of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, into New England. Rain and maybe some snow. Of course, why not? We have to have some travel headaches this time of the year, right? So, but it won't be here. At least that's how it looks right now. Of course, we're getting out here into Uncertaintyville, so things could change. This is the end of the forecast period. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November the 27th, and looks like just a beautiful day here in Phoenix, albeit high pressure's in control. That could be kind of a warmish day. I mean, highs could be pushing mid-70s, maybe upper 70s. So we go from below average temperatures back to near, maybe even a couple of degrees above average if this works out, but conditions would be very dry. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble out through the 2nd of December. Ensemble means, about 2 inches, close to 2.5 inches off the European ensemble. And the European AI ensemble, pretty much the same story. They are showing a lot of rain around here, and I am of the opinion these are a bit overdone. That is just my opinion. Who am I to argue with 51 plus 51, that's 102, plus 31, that's 133 models. Who am I to argue with that, right? But I I am just of the opinion that while some spots could certainly see that kind of rainfall, I am not sure that we will see that much rain here in Phoenix, at least on a widespread basis. But we'll see, European AI has been an incredible model. The European AI Ensemble has done a great job, but this system, I don't know if it's going to perform that well, given the moisture fields, given the dynamics, given what we have right now. I don't know. I would suggest that rainfall will be quite a bit less than that. All right, looking at temperatures off the national blend of models. Yes, below average for the rest of the week, heading into this weekend. We warm it up, though, next week. Highs returning to near average, maybe even above average, because keeping in mind the average high temperature continues to go down as we go further into November. And as we check the CPC outlook for the 8 to 14 day period, this goes out through the 1st of December. If this works out, temperatures are still slated to be below average here for most of the West, including Arizona. And interestingly enough, they still have us tilted toward above average precipitation here. Although it sure looks like, at least based on current model trends, we're going to be drying out here. So, we'll see what the next CPC outlook has for us. But, they still have us in the above average precipitation category. I think that's very interesting. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, and should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you're really enjoying what we do here, you want to support the channel, well, by all means, click that thanks icon below the video here on the YouTube. Help us out that way. Or via PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is also linked up down in the description below, so feel free to utilize that. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, Kylie related, Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description below, so check that out. Our streaming station available 24/7, 365 called KMGX. Yep, that's linked up down below. We play a lot of music there and have a lot of fun, so check that out too. And please do give a look, a perusal, an extended stay, if you will, over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, The Courtroom Files on YouTube, courtroomfiles.com for all your Courtroom Files merch. Often imitated, never duplicated, the Courtroom Files on YouTube. Dan runs an amazing channel. He has helped us so much, and we just want to give back to him. So if you really like what I do, and look, go check it out. Look, he does a great channel. I would not lead you astray. I don't endorse or support anything that I don't believe in or utilize myself. So, I've hosted shows over there. So it's an amazing channel. So do check that out. All right. I want to thank you guys so much for putting up with me another day under the weather here. I still have a bit of a sore throat going on, some congestion, but we got through it. We did it. Unless something catastrophic goes on in the next minute or so. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It's amazing. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, and you guys have yourselves a delightful rest of your Tuesday.